Hello, and welcome to another episode of me in my car. Today I want to go on a little rant because a couple days ago I saw this woman at Walmart, and she was pushing a cart along with two other adults and her son, which, if I would guess the age, I would say probably 9 or 10. Anyways, he was pushing in his cart another little boy, and she comes around the corner, like, opposite of me, and, like, I'm going up and she's going down the aisle, okay? She comes around the corner, and she's yelling, at her kid, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing, fucking hurry up." And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I was like, I have my little 4-year-old boy here with me, and I was like, this is a public place, I was like, why the hell would you yell at your kid like that in public, because that's rude, that's disrespectful to everybody around you, and that's making yourself look like you're a complete idiot. Okay, I mean, whatever you do to your kid, or how you yell at your kid behind closed doors, go ahead, be my guest, but when you're out in public, don't do that in public, alright? Because you're just asking for, like, an argument with another adult, okay? And for example, with an argument with another adult, I went bowling with my son and my husband a couple Sundays ago. And we were bowling next to this Caucasian couple who was bowling against a Caucasian family. And the Caucasian family, a little boy, if I would guess the age, I would say probably 7 or 8, okay? And he bowled, and his father or the boyfriend or whatever, made a comment, and he said something along the lines of, like, "suck my balls," and the Caucasian couple next to me, the male, he kind of, like, laughed, and he was like, "Wow, that's great that you taught your kids that," and which, if I would have heard it, I would have thought it, but I wouldn't have said it because I don't want to start anything, because, parents, you do have the right to teach your kids anything, but when we're in public, have respect for yourself and tell your kids to behave, okay, and, like, yourself to behave, However, yeah, well, she went off at this Caucasian couple, and she was flipping out, saying stuff like, "This is my fucking kid, I could teach him whatever the fuck I want, and if he says whatever the fuck that offends you, I don't give a shit, don't fucking, like, talk to my kid the way you did, I'll fucking stab you in your sleep, because this is my kid, I'll shoot you right now." And I'm just like, whoa, lady. I was like, take a chill pill, okay? I was like, what your son said, it is pretty extreme, okay? It's extreme for a kid, like, his age to be talking like that. I mean, if he dropped the F-bomb, or if he said shit, that would have been more natural and more normal than what he said. Okay, "suck my balls," coming out of a little mouth like that, that's just completely wrong. Alright, well, anyways, my opinion on it is, when you're out in public, tell your kids to behave, okay, and you yourself behave, and, like, don't agree with your child when he does something wrong like this. Okay, like, I know there's a lot of situations, but in this situation, that was completely shocking, to other people. It was shocking to me, it was shocking to my husband, it was shocking to the Caucasian couple next to me, and I'm pretty sure if anyone else heard it, it would have been shocking too, but the way she reacted, and what she said to him was completely wrong. I mean, yes, he's your kid, you have the right to teach him whatever you want, but when you're out in public, don't flip out like that, and just, like, you could have just apologized, and just said, "Oh, sorry," or kind of looked uneasy, and then pull your son aside and kind of talk to him, instead of, like, beat him up, or yell at him, and swear at him, instead of doing that, you could just talk to him nicely. I mean, I do the same thing to my kids, okay? When my son called me a bitch for the first time, I was like, whoa, and I told him, "Felix, that's a bad word. I'm like, you do not say that to anyone, okay? That's a bad word." I explained to him that it was a bad word, okay? I didn't explain to him what it meant, but I explained to him, this is a bad word. I asked him where he heard it, and I told him, okay, it's alright, you heard it from there, but you don't say it because it's a bad word. Like, he didn't understand what the word meant, so I understood where my son was coming from, but okay, that's a whole different thing. Going back to the story of how people react, in public, and how their kids behave, you guys need to teach your kids not to say that in public, you know, like come up with a different way of disciplining them in public, because the way she reacted towards a Caucasian couple next to us was completely outrageous. And like, it made me mad, you know, because my son is there, you know, and he was picking up all these stuff, and he was asking me like, oh, what's wrong, you know, and like she was swearing, saying like fuck this and fuck that, you know, and stuff like that, and like I'll kill you, I'll stab you, you know. He was asking me like, oh mommy, you know, she's saying something bad. See, like he knows, because I teach him that you don't say you're gonna kill people, you know, and you don't say you're gonna shoot people, and you also do not swear using the F-bomb, you know. He knows that. So what I'm asking, like, for you guys to understand is, for parents out there to understand, is like, discipline your kid in a different way when you're out in public, alright? And if your kid is at fault like that, like, don't flip out at the other people, okay? Yeah, everybody gets surprised, alright? So tell me what you guys think, and tell me what you guys do, you know, when you guys hear other adults disciplining their kids out in public, okay? Like, do you guys stand up and say something, you know, or do you guys just kind of like lay back and like forget about it? Because if it goes really extreme, you know, I do voice my opinion, okay? Like, I do tell them, you guys, I have a little kid here, okay? You know, I do tell them that, and I do tell them, like, chill, you know, there's little kids here. You know, like, I don't care if they're older than me, younger than me, you know, Caucasian, you know, or black, you know, I don't care. Like, I still say it, because this is my kid, you know, and he's learning what you guys are doing. So that to me is not okay. You know, of course, I will exit, you know, but if I can't exit, like, the situation or there's area, you know, I do tell them, you know, like, you guys need to chill, you know, there are little kids there. And usually it only takes one person to say that, you know, and then, like, the rest of the adult will usually like jump in and like say, yeah, you know, everybody just chill, you know. So tell me what your thoughts on it is, okay?